welcome to Dungeons and Shenanigans. We are your hosts for the night. So, we are down in Ephon. We might have a guest joining us in a little bit. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. How's it going, guys?
Good. Yeah.
Good.
Good game?
Good game.
Good game.
Yeah.
Alright, and that's it for us tonight.
Okay.
So, where we left off, you guys went shopping for some fun magic items. Got a level up, and traveled a bit further inland, walking around Philosopher's Lake to avoid at all costs going into Geistdale,
Yeah,
the capital.
we're going to the river.
Yes. So, welcome, guys. What are you doing?
How are we doing?
I guess we keeping up the same thing we were doing before.
Keeping at the
You turn
pace?
into an elephant twice a day, and
Yeah.
we travel.
Elephantitis?
We have elephantitis for
And every short
What is
rest,
it,
we
4
just
hours?
experiment with our ether and work on it.
Okay. So yeah, at this city or at this part, you would be getting to the river. Those will guide me. I believe that through dedication and sheer force of will, we can use the spirits to not only empower our path in which we want to take, but also to empower a brighter future.
Why do you think that strength is necessary?
Why stay stagnant? Why not improve? Why not take the way the world works into your own hands?
there's a cost.
Yeah, what kind of gold do you need to have that much power?
Who says you need gold?
Gold.
Hmm?
Gold, not golds.
I still can't understand.
A Finnish gold.
Oh, gold.
Gold, yes.
I see.
Go.
Yeah.
Woo! There are many goals in which you can have a lofty price to achieve. But I believe if you are willing to make the risk for that goal, who's to stop you?
There's the problem. Who can stop? If somebody
Another
has ultimate power and they have no regard for the people of this land,
Who says they have no regard?
the way that they've exhibited their power so far,
Do you have an example of this?
the explosion that we were in is one of them.
Mm-hmm. The meteors.
The meteors
The
that
meteors.
destroyed an entire city.
The meteors does make sense. I will give you
Nice.
that one. But the generator itself
It's kind of
was
the bits.
that was not Simon's fault. Sure, he built the device, but its meltdown was not caused by him.
What was the true purpose of his device? Not the advertised purpose of the World Fair that he was showcasing it, but the true purpose.
From what I understand, the true purpose of it was, in fact, to create a power source that could run cities and empower lives of everyone. But also, if we can attain a source of energy that is near endless, what use would we have for fossil fuels? What use would we have for all of these different things that we have to mine and gather if we can just create it ourselves? And the applications of that for military might as well.
So this power comes from trapped spirits, aether spirits,
I would imagine so.
and I happen to be really close friends with a couple, 3 aether spirits.
As
of
am
my
I.
own. And they are sentient, they are aware, they have feelings, and I don't think they would like to be trapped inside of a generator so that somebody might be able to
And there was a lot of
run some
spirits
kind
in
of
that
technical
generator.
device.
Well, I think that's where we differ. I see life as, yes, life is valuable, but I believe the lives of this nation are the most valuable above all else. including the lives of spirits.
Even all the people in this nation that suffer because of this.
I've been to every nation in this
He
continent,
was in this nation and not.
and I've never seen as much suffering as there is in Geistel.
Well, we have our darkness.
And there's barely any light here.
Well, we're trying.
I've been to Geistel, I've been to Nether Hollow, Hillcrest Port. Have you been to Hillcrest Port since the explosion?
I have not.
Well, apparently it's a wasteland now. There's portals everywhere. There's destruction. Well, to be honest, it doesn't look much different from most of the country anyways.
And then back to the reset. Maybe it is time.
Maybe it's time that Geistel will become the Pale. Part 2.
Perhaps. That
Since we
seems like
don't
a
know
story
much
for
about
another day,
it.
though.
We'll see. But I don't, at the time, currently, my goal isn't against Geistel.
No.
My goal isn't against Nether Hollow. Ifan is asleep still. So I don't know how he feels. He's working on pinpoint motors. Have you heard about those?
I have not.
Horseless carriages.
How would that function?
He would tell you all about it if he was here.
Right. Well, that could be another application which Simon was trying to achieve.
Maybe.
Making the lives easier for every citizen. Not
But I
only-
believe my friend has the patent on that, so he wouldn't be able to.
What is a patent?
Yeah, Geistel doesn't care about patents. Yeah. They
I
just
don't know,
take
it's-
everything they want. That's how they
It's
do
something he told me about. He was rambling on about pin motors.
it. Yeah.
Well, regardless.
But I do admire your strength. And I admire that you stick to your goals, as we all should.
Thank you.
Do you have any other element other than fire?
Yes. Oh, do you want me to show it?
I didn't. I'm just asking if you would want to. You don't have to. Just ask.
Fire is one that I'm very comfortable with. The other is more of a borrowed element from my spirit. I'm not super comfortable with it. I specialize within flames themselves.
I specialize light. And the other two I'm not too comfortable with either for the same reasons.
And you?
I am gifted with many things. Earth is something that I'm very in tune with.
Yes,
As you
I
can
see
see
that.
in my
As he
wall,
looks at the wall.
which is intentionally made short, might I add,
And non-impressive. I
just to
understand.
lean against and scratch your back a little.
I understand.
He rolls low. Is what he's trying to say.
Really?
Oh, okay.
That is how I roll. Yes.
Well, quite the night. Quite the conversations. But I must be going now.
Yes, we've held you for too long. It was a nice conversation.
Appreciate the stew.
Nice to meet someone from my
course.
hometown.
Take care there.
You too.
As he stands up, kind of gives a very just short bow.
Be careful if you see that terrace though. Might come back to life again.
If it does, I'll use one of these cannons you mentioned.
And don't miss.
Don't miss.
Point at the terrace.
Who would miss a cannon as he walks away?
Well, it was canon.
It was.
It was cannon. Ah! Looks like the chef packs up his stuff, leaves the stew.
Oh,
It looks like all of them ate before leaving, and they get in the carriage and wander off.
cool.
Cal, I didn't mean to
Oh, it's fine.
call out your previous position.
I don't care. Personally. I just didn't want to give away Ifan's secret like that.
Well, I think it's something that maybe we shouldn't hide. Maybe we should fight against.
Well, I don't really care about hiding it for personal reasons. I care about hiding it because I don't want to start a battle in the morning. Since he is one of the leaders of my my slavers.
We could have taken.
We probably could have.
We could have stolen his cook.
Huh?
His cook. We could have joined our party.
Oh, I was talking about the cloak.
But it is morning now.
Yes.
You finish your rest. You feel so good, comfortable. Oh, big old stretches. Feel good.
Everybody goes, oh.
Yeah. Ah.
Is that blood?
Never mind. Can't be. Never mind.
So, you guys get back on the road again, transform into an elephant, I'm assuming?
Okay.
Perfect. You guys are traveling again on your way to the Forgotten City.
Sweet.
As you are walking a bit, you do hear a loud crunch and squelching sound. You just hear like a...
I think you stepped on a bug.
Oh.
You know that it is coming from the tree line.
Never mind. I look at
my trunk is like smelling.
Like a sonar.
Yeah.
I look over.
Okay, you look over. You see a full plate armor elven man. You know he is a Shatterkai. You've experienced Shatterkai before. You see he has a large shield, and you see holding kind of like onto his side. You see this flail with the balls on the end, all spiked. But you see he grabbed the shield and sort of right onto the skull of what looks like some sort of goblin of some sort, and he's just eviscerated it with the tip of his shield. You see him just lift up the shield and reholster it.
Beautiful work.
Spencer, if you'd like to go ahead and describe your character.
Yes. So, standing before you is a nearly 6 foot tall, fully blacked out elf, from what you can tell. The shield in front of you is actually almost as tall as me. It is a very large tower shield. From what you can see, I am pretty much look as if I am a paladin. However, you notice you cannot see any holy implements on me.
Okay.
And from here, I ask, where are you all traveling?
We're going to town. Where are you going?
I'm an
Oh,
elephant. I can't talk.
I was told by an old associate of mine from well over, at least 100 years ago, that I needed to return to the Sanctum.
The Sanctum. What's...
He was an old paladin friend of mine. Don't know if you know the actual nation. But we were once paladins for a young nation known as Almarith. Unfortunately no longer exists.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Much to my own shame. And in light of those events, we put together ourselves a little group. Didn't work out so well for us, and many of us scattered, but some of them stayed together, and some of them eventually joined what was known as the Sanctum. I was not given a formal name for it, I was just told to return there. He said that my help would be greatly appreciated given recent events in the continent.
Which city are you talking about?
Its name has been lost to time. Most people now call it the Forgotten City. A great war ravaged it harshly, and now it is filled with nothing but vagabonds, ruffians, and scoundrels.
Well, if you're going there, we're going there too.
Do you mind if I join you?
Do you have a spare
I-
elephant?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a steed? This is my steed.
Oh,
Smacks,
Steve.
and you look over and you see an elephant, a full-size elephant, and a minotaur who riding atop it as he smacks the butt of this enormous elephant.
Well, I don't have my own steed. However, I flourish my hand, and you notice on my right hand a slight shimmer occurs around what looks like a signet ring, and a spirit form of a sandstone tiger appears.
Huh.
I possess Aether, essentially. Um, and I said, well, he's not necessarily my steed, but he is definitely my companion. And he will definitely help us along our journey. Is there somewhere I might be able to get in the carriage behind, or
We don't have
I
a
don't know
carriage
who's in there? I don't.
per se.
Oh,
Yeah. We kind of just pile on this big fat elephant. Oh, quiet you.
And I
Well-
trunk slap you right now.
Dexterity saving throw.
I kind of look up and I'm like,
You get knocked
up
off the
there?
You say, "Is there room up there?" As the trunk swings and swats Cal off, and he just goes flying.
Yeah, the one just opened up. I saved it for you. It's nice and warm.
I have
Two more.
my tiger. He dissipates into nothingness in front of you, and I then present myself to Mr. Elephant here. How should I proceed with getting myself atop you?
And I do the thing where I kind of lean the front of my body down and lay my leg out so that you can use it as a stepping ladder to get up
Up the shoulder.
the shoulder.
As you feel me step, I don't know. Yeah, I'll do it. As you feel me stepping up your leg, you notice that I'm surprisingly much more heavy than an elf normally is.
Ooh.
It's like carrying another cow.
Yeah.
You ready for me now?
I swat you with my trunk.
No, it's fine. I'll walk. I need to stretch my legs.
You're pretty fast.
Yeah.
Suit yourself. I can't talk, so I'm just making trunk noises.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Yeah, you guys travel for a bit longer. Anything you want to talk about while you travel?
So why are you going to the sanctum again?
As you know, I said I used to actually be a paladin of the old nation here, and I recently came into these powers that I don't fully understand. My old ring, as I showed earlier, I used to be a noble of that previous nation.
So you're
During
pretty old.
A very surprising event, I was blasted from nowhere from something, and my signet ring changed on me. And ever since then, I've had these powers I don't quite understand. And when I finally met up with this old colleague of mine, he told me that the people at the Sanctum would be able to help me with understanding what happened. Otherwise, I don't even know what to call these powers.
Well,
Other than that, occasionally the wind helps me, and my body feels a little bit sturdier than normal sometimes.
Well, some advice for people that I've heard go through the same things you do. People usually don't talk about it out loud to random strangers.
I'm a wanderer by trade, and I don't need to keep to myself too often, so it's nice to be able to talk to others. And more than anything, of course, I want to be able to restore my own honor, and one way of doing so, of course, is to be honest and informed.
Well, based on your description, it's safe to say that we're all the same as you.
Oh, you possess similar capabilities.
Yes, we do.
Well, I hope they will be useful in any trouble we might find in the old city.
The Forsaken City. So you have sand and earth, right?
No.
Oh, wind
I
and earth.
have the ability to occasionally, well, be able to push people a little bit further than I expect to.
Okay. That's cool.
I guess in that case, the wind helps me, so I guess air. And like I said, my body seems a little more full whenever I call upon a necessary help. I don't really know how to control any of this. So my hope is when I get there, maybe I might recognize someone else from my past, and they might be able to guide me along.
So are you like really old?
Not the oldest of elves. I would say I'm probably just barely a young adult. I'm not even 200 years old yet.
Okay. Well, I'm almost 2.
Well,
How old are
minotaurs
you,
age
Don?
differently than elves. That's a thing.
Woo!
That's right.
I stomp out 40 times.
That's a long time. Do, 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 do,
You don't know what I'm
do,
doing.
do.
You think I'm just walking.
Are we preparing camp? Is he just making a
I'm
ground
50.
level? What's going on here?
Morse code.
I see.
I'm just stomping on ants.
Oh, so this isn't just an elephant. This is a person underneath of me.
And I nod.
Essentially.
Okay.
If he was a horse, it'd be horse code. I'm an old stinker.
You are old.
I'm old. I can divide my life by 100, and you'll still be younger than me.
Yep. Well, you do look young for your age. From what I can see, you're pretty covered, just like me.
Well, I mean, 103 or 193. The war was 105 years ago, 110 years ago, something like that. I forget.
Well, you don't look
But
a
ever
day
since
over
then,
20,
I've just been traveling.
so you're looking good.
I think the shadow fell.
I've been to the Shadowfell. We all have, actually.
Oh, how did your adventure go?
It was an adventure, all right. Augustus lost his arm.
Hello, I lost my arm. And you see a metallic arm just going.
Well, you must have gone somewhere you weren't meant to be.
I traded it so we could go somewhere we were meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
I traded a
that
piece
is
of my
cool.
hair.
You must trade something to get something.
Yep.
But you're looking at everybody right now for a cowl. See this large tower minotaur, but you see, similar to the metal that your ring is now composite of, you see that same type of dark gunmetal, like kind of like blackish gray metallic sheen affixed to Cal's antlers, almost like carved in and embedded in, like kind of like when a lightning bolt strikes a tree and it kind of creates that striations in it. Very similar. All these veins of spirit metal have been embedded into the antlers themselves. For Da, you see carved into his tusks are these runes of, they look like of tribal runes, but they've been inlaid with the spirit metal as well. And you see it almost like spirit metal tattoos kind of making tear shapes that connect into the tusk patterns.
Of the elephant.
Of the elephant. And then for Ifan, you see his back is pretty much mostly covered with just this like huge sakura blossom tree out of antlers. That it's like a bear's face that with the mouth open, and these antlers that kind of like drape around that look like they themselves turn into like sakura blossoms. And that also has the same gunmetal coloration. And then Augustus, you see on his metallic arm, you see bits and pieces of the armor plating on it are made of that same spirit metal. And then in the palm of his hand and on his shoulder, there's these bright red gemstones that seem to be the source of the control for the power.
Okay. Well, similar to my own, and I kind of pull out my flails, obviously put away. You can actually see it's over top of the gauntlet, almost as it's like the gauntlet itself decided that the ring was more important, and there's this whole finger is missing the rest of the gauntlet, and it's just, you just see this very large ring that almost kind of partially encases the knuckle, and you can't see the signet symbol anymore, but it's of that same design with a very large set gem on it.
I saw that that tiger thing.
Yes, that is. Oh, what did I decide he was renamed? I named him Barzant.
Barzan. Does that have any meaning
Um,
from your old city?
no, it was a name of a friend I lost a long time ago, but I decided to honor him because he was always a fierce man. And, well, what's more fierce than a tiger, right? Especially one that seems not to be able to be killed, from all I know.
Did you wake up with the spirit, or did it find you after you woke up?
I believe it was protecting me when I woke up, but it never told me or said anything to me. So I decided to give him a name myself. And, well, all's to hope that I'm not disrespecting some spirit out there by naming him something he's not, but so far he seems to be a steadfast ally anytime I needed assistance.
I have a ally just like you do.
Sorry? You cut out.
I have an ally just like you do.
Oh. Is he named as well, or did he
I
come to
named
you
him
in a
myself.
different manner? Oh.
He's Tyrael.
Oh. Is he named after anything of a similar nature to mine?
I heard in a story once he was a legendary archangel, and it seems fitting for him.
Okay.
He also gives me earthy feeling.
The feeling that you feel protected.
Yes.
Well, that's always a good thing to always have as at your side, being able to make sure you don't always have to be on your own. It's a lonely road to be that way.
So I see you're really armored. What kind of fighting do you do?
Well, the tactics changed over the last century, but I was always in the front. I always made sure that if something hit me, well, I plopped them on their butt, and I made fun of them. That's what happened as you saw that goblin.
Mm-hmm.
He charged after me while I was just, observing the road, deciding which way I needed to go, and the fool just tried to hit my shield. So I swatted him aside, I knocked him over, and well, the rest is as you saw. I
Beautifully
planted my
done.
shield between his skull and his neck, and he was done.
Usually when I see paladins, they have some symbol on them. I don't see any on you.
Yes, so my symbol, I lost mine. I no longer actually possess mine at the moment. Let's just say I'm no longer worthy of it. And that's another reason I was told to go to the Sanctum, is there might be someone there who might be able to help me with that.
Well, did you enjoy your last oath?
I did. The only reason that my oath, that I failed it, is for the same reason that the Forsaken City itself exists. I was just not able to protect the right people. And for that, I've broke my own vow of protect those who need it and defend against those who would mean them harm. And in the end, I've yet to ever be able to repay that oath, to re-fulfill the need of that oath. And since then, I've always walked as I needed to just survive from that point forward.
Well, I'm a paladin as well.
What is your calling?
Well, as you can see, I don't bear any symbols. I don't bear a god, per se.
Ah.
I pull the power for myself. I conquer those who don't let me empower myself or my allies. Those who deserve it, I take them down.
It's a much simpler way, but no less powerful.
Yep. Yep, I'm not a righteous person at all. I might be an evil person to some, but to my allies,
You do as you must.
they are family.
Correct. And you do as you must for them.
Yep.
In order for yourself to be where you want to be. There's still honor in that.
There's even honor in not having an oath at all, if you decide to stay on the path you're in.
I try and make sure I don't stray past too deeply. But again, I roamed for so long that maybe I'll find a new path. So that's why when I met my old associate, I was so surprised that he even remembered me. We left not under the best of terms to begin with, so I'm surprised he was even willing to give me help. So I'm curious to see what it is he has put me towards, and I hope that he didn't, do me a false one.
Well, I don't know about any paladins in the Forsaken City. I just know that there's really strong people there that can help us with our newfound powers.
Well, all of us were of a similar oath and disposition, and most of us had broken one or another. Some strayed so far as to say they probably are no longer paladins at all. But all of them were always very powerful people. I had a very high regard for their martial powers.
We are the strongest. Much stronger than elephants.
And I trunk whip you.
Well,
Make it a dexterity saving throw to see if you don't get trunk whipped.
the more you agitate him, I'm sure the more he's gonna fling you like before, huh?
Am I an ally to you?
You're not my enemy.
Okay. Well, I still get benefit from me anyways. That's a 15.
15. Make an attack roll.
Okay.
Oh, you're lucky I'm rolling. 9.
Sweet.
9. Yeah, you don't get knocked
Ooh.
up.
That's with a +6.
Yeah, you don't get knocked off. You're doing good. Hilariously, you see Ifan just go, what? And just go, whoa! And just get carried by the trunk as he's holding on to it.
Ifan!
Help!
Put him down. Okay.
Good elephant.
We can't travel fast if you hit him. I know we could take it.
And then I use my trunk to point at you.
Fist bump. Trunk bump.
And when we make contact, there's like a slimy ooze that just sticks to his hand.
Yummy.
I wipe it on you.
That's alright.
The little bristles from the elephant.
Yeah. It's like a kiwi.
Not little if this elephant's as large as I think it
No,
is.
it's not little.
Perfect. So, as you guys are traveling for a little bit longer,
Have we seen anybody?
else on the road?
Yeah.
Not this area is not well traveled. You guys are not on a road in particular. You guys are out in the wilderness, not on a main road.
Because I know that the people in the Forsaken City are known as monster hunters, right? So have we seen any monsters?
No, not in this close of a vicinity. It seems.
Okay.
Seems as though they're pretty good at their job. They might
We
venture
are
out
monsters.
further.
Because we haven't had any really encounters since this whole travel.
Much to my surprise when that lone goblin decided to go after me.
Yeah, I've never seen a goblin on its own, really.
Well, considering it was decided to attack me,
Did it have any
Yeah,
symbols
myself.
or anything on it?
no, it just must have been desperate.
Oh.
Well, its desperation wasn't very well placed in trying to come after me.
As is for most goblins.
So with the quick glance that we had at the goblin before it was dispatched,
Yes.
would I have recognized it from the goblin camp, or?
Make a history check.
It's far away from camp.
And I think I have a negative to history. No, it's plus 19.
Yeah, looks like he probably came from that same camp.
Dang.
Okay.
Looks like he might have been like a scout of some sort, or maybe a hunter and just ventured a bit too far.
Maybe this is where they got that shard.
Could be, but
Or they're trying to track down the people that annihilated most of their
Yeah,
village.
killed everybody.
and he just got obliterated as well. But as you are kind of thinking back on this, like, because an elephant never forgets. Yeah, never. It's at this point you're like, uh-oh, wild shape about to end. So as you shrink down, everybody starts to just fall.
Whoa.
Dexterity checks for everybody. Dexterity saving throws to see if you don't fall over from
Not
on top
on
of
the
this little.
elephant.
Oh, you weren't on the elephant? Oh, okay.
No, he was running alongside.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So then go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yeah.
And you're not an enemy, but not my ally.
I rolled a 9 and I'm in heavy armor.
Yeah, you're not doing great.
You're fine. You're
Yeah,
fine.
not much.
Not hard.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you just fall. You feel the armor kind of like punk, press up against you.
I just land on top of my own shield.
It just kind of knocks the wind out of you just a little bit.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Sorry about that, guys.
And you're seeing for the first time Da Juan Ren. You see the red, like reddish gray skin tone of this elephant man, Eloxodon.
He's more beautiful in person, huh?
My apologies.
I mean, if I see you the right way, let me get up here.
Which, how tall are you, Da?
Well,
I am 7. I'm not super tall. 7'4".
So he is shorter than you.
oh boy, yeah, I'm a good head and a half under you, at least. Now it makes sense that we were able to carry all of us.
Yes, it's. Apologize for the rough landing.
No, I mean,
I was deep
not
in
the first
thought.
time I have fallen, you know.
Yeah, I was deep in thought. Normally I would give warning, but I was in thought of that goblin that you killed. He was from the camp that we had almost destroyed.
We destroyed the camp. We just didn't kill everybody.
We didn't
Well,
kill
he was just-
everybody.
So no wonder he was alone. He must have just been a straggler who was too desperate not to realize he was outmatched.
Maybe.
Or maybe he was looking for some aether here. They did have some aether at
They
the
had-
camp. Some objects.
But what now?
We were
I've
there.
never heard that term before.
Aether.
Or my character has never heard the term aether before.
So you know that
he
wind
was in
stuff
an
you have.
isolated incident. So
Yeah.
just a little context. He was in an isolated incident,
Oh, okay.
and nobody else was around at the time, and that he's aware of, and nobody's been able to explain the powers to him since. So he has no idea that this is called aether. He thinks that it's the divine powers have been mutilated.
Do I sense
Or mutated.
aether from him?
Yeah, clearly.
What do I sense?
Ether.
No,
Not-
no elements.
You're not getting a sense of the element because it's not super refined,
Mhm.
but you are getting. Yeah, this is sandwich. Or sandwich.
Sandwich.
Wow. I
You're
don't know why I said
hungry.
sandwich. This is aether.
This is aether. Well, hate to break it to you, buddy. You got a strong sandwich in there.
I pat
Is
around my breastplate.
Turkey and provolone?
Yeah, you see me pull out a random biscuit.
You have some grape poupon.
But of course.
But yeah, I'm sensing a lot of this spirit
I've
on you.
never heard that power before. Is that what I was describing earlier?
Yes, and keep in mind we must keep this secret from all other people. Because
So
if
is
people
it
find out,
something-
they will attack, especially in this country.
Is it a malevolent power?
It can
It's
be.
a power that can counter the nation. And I know you've been asleep for a long time, but this nation is genocidal and taking over the continent.
Sounds like very much what first instigated that civil war all those years ago.
Yep, nothing's changed.
Nothing
If
ever
anything, it's
does.
worse now.
Well, maybe with this power, I might be able to finally put some good back in the world.
That's why we're getting stronger. We need to help them.
Well,
I know you were
as long
traveling.
as I'm with you guys, I will definitely exercise my power to its fullest extent.
I know you're traveling to the Forgotten City for the Sanctum, and you say these people might be able to help you with this newfound power.
That's what I was told by my associate. Again, he was very brief. He was also off on his own monster hunt.
Who was this associate of yours, if you don't mind telling me?
That's a Jonah question. Let me roll I guess I'll roll a history check, and then Jonah, you tell me what I know.
Perfect.
So I roll a 17 on a history.
17. So, not many races really live as long as elves. The only ones that primarily rival them is dwarves. But a gnome that it just seems to outlive everyone. Seems to be, he was part of your unit, actually. Everybody would just call him Old Gregor. And he was just this little imp of a man. Always had like this bit of pompous attitude in his younger days. And even then, he was pretty young to be enlisted and serving in Almoreth. But he seems to have thrived and survived the harshness of the world itself. And you saw him in his later ages with this like big old tuft of a beard that just looks like he probably just never got it tended to, and probably the humidity got to it, but it's just a big puff of a giant beard. You see he's also got this like really long eyebrows with kind of like twist a little bit at the ends. Just an old fart of a gnome. And in this age, very old for a gnome.
Okay. So in this case, he would be one to know a lot more than he leads on to say.
Of course.
In comparison before.
So do you remember?
Yes. So I as I stated earlier, or rather, as I recollect, I relate everything that I was just recollected and reflect all to you.
Okay.
And I do say that I still trust the old man. I'm totally not sure how he's even alive, considering he's a gnome for one thing. Maybe that's another reason to maybe be on my way there and see what else they have in store for me.
Is this the same gnome from the 22?
No, this is not Zimbus.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of powerful power that could prolong life. You do it, right? Don't you reincarnate every 50 years or something?
I don't reincarnate myself.
You become the ground.
I become multiple things. We all do.
Yeah.
We all end life and gain and become life.
Okay.
So, Paladin, sir, I must have missed your name.
Sorry, I never actually said it yet. My name is Vodos.
Vodos. I am Dajuan Rin. You can call me Rin. Some call me Da. It's
I'm assuming Kyle's the one who does that.
yeah, most people do. I think it's easier to pronounce than Rin. I don't know.
Well, it's just the difference of how you grew up, I guess.
Dajuan is my family name. Rin is my surname.
I was gonna call him Dada, but that sounded weird. So.
Some people call
What
me.
was your name again? pointing at the gesture at the Minotaur. What was your name once more?
You can call me Cal.
Ow. Okay. And then who are the others that we're dragging behind us right now?
Hi, my name's Ifan. I just kind of hang around here. Yeah, I just recently learned my name was Ifan.
He does the fire.
I do the fire, yeah. And then you see the one with the metallic arm go over and then go to shake your hand. You shake his hand, and you could clearly tell, not someone who works out a lot, just very frail and like kind of like spindly limbs.
Okay.
Kind of a weak man, but you do know that there is something else that kind of drives him forward, it seems. And he goes, "Hello, I'm Augustus Sinclair of Pin Motors. Would you like to know about the horseless carriage?"
He doesn't seem like much of a thinker.
Oh,
We don't want to hear about it again. I've heard the story 5 times.
Maybe you should write it down in
Write
a
it.
pamphlet,
Make a book.
and you can hand those out.
do you have paper?
You have paper. You're a scribe wizard, right?
You're right, I do have paper. He starts. The legend of the horseless carriage.
Perfect.
First, we go ahead and get crystals, and he just starts going into the whole patent, basically, of it.
What's that?
Exactly. But yeah, they are known as, their group name is known as the Soul Survivors.
Alright.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Perfect.
Woo!
Nice.
So we will catch you guys later. So thank you guys for watching, and we're going to catch you next week. Toodaloo, buckaroos.
See ya.
See ya. Bye!
Yeah.